Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to our show. I'm Nadia Mani Devidasi from Siberia, Russia, and we have our Mother Gandhari who is going to talk about something very special and very scientific today. Nowadays you can see a lot of people chanting and dancing in the street and wearing some very special markings on their bodies. So what is that? It's definitely not a voodoo magic. So Mother Gandhari, can you please kindly elaborate on that? What is this marking, please?
Yes, they are called Tilak. Tilak literally means marking.
Okay.
And actually it signifies that the body is a temple.
Oh.
And that way we don't put dead animals in the body.
Okay, yeah.
So especially that it signifies that a person is ahimsa, following ahimsa, means no meat eating and no drinking, intoxication. So these are markings for somebody who are called Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas means worshippers of Vishnu or his incarnation. So Vishnu has many incarnations and they all come from Lord Krishna.
Yes.
Right? So the people who worshipping Krishna, they are obviously, you are familiar, they're called Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishnas, yes.
So they have these, but it's not just limited to Hare Krishna because Vaishnavas have been on planet eternally.
Right.
Right? So this Tilak, it signifies that they are worshippers of Vishnu and they invoke his presence. So I will let you explain the significance of this shape because you have it also.
Yes, I also have it. So there are several explanations on what it means, and the most popular, I would say, explanation is that one line is Radha, one line is Krishna, and this is a tulsi leaf, and Radha and Krishna, they are meeting together in the forest of tulsi trees. It's a very beautiful explanation.
It's called Vrindavan.
Vrindavan,
right?
Exactly.
Because Tulsi's other name is Vrinda Devi.
Vrinda Devi, yes.
Right?
And she is the protector of the forests of Vrindavan.
And she's the goddess of Bhakti.
Yes.
So she bestows Bhakti. So Vaishnava means devotee or devoted to Vishnu by following the principles of Bhakti. So they definitely want the blessing of Tulsi
Exactly.
or Vrinda Devi. So this shape is of Tulsi Devi. So we'll have a whole new episode simply about Tulsi and Vrinda, who is the goddess from Goloka. Right?
Exactly.
But remembering her, we put it here also. But in also Hindu culture, as they call it, in Vedic culture, they sometimes say that this middle space is for Vishnu, and the one on the right is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh.
Exactly.
That also is mentioned also. But we actually have 12 places where we invoke the presence of Lord Vishnu in our body. And I let her, Nadia Mani, name the 12 places. Then I will give you the explanation about it also.
Thank you, Mataji. So Lord Vishnu has many names, and each name describes different qualities of the Lord. And also, as Mother Gandhari, you said that our body is the temple of the Lord because the Lord is present here as Paramatma. So we decorate our body, our temple, with tilaks in different places. So we start first of all with the forefront, with the forehead, and it's Om Keshavaya Namaha. Then we go here, Om Narayana Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Madhusudanaya Namaha, Om Trivikramaya Namaha, Om Vamanaya Namaha, Om Shidharaya Namaha, Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha. Then here, Om Padmanabhaya Namaha, Om Damodaraya Namaha, and Om Vasudevaya Namaha. So we have 12 places, which means we protect our body from all the 12 sides. And we also protect our spiritual body. So this is the protection mark.
This is so beautifully explained about you, especially mentioning about the spiritual body, because people just mostly think that we are this body.
Exactly, yes.
And they don't realize that we are actually the spirit soul, which
Right.
has also, it is in the form of a spiritual body.
Exactly. So it's a very big misconception that people that they think that we are this body and we have the soul, but as it's mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and also other scriptures, we are the soul and we have this body. So this is a very different conception. And by these tilaks, we protect our spiritual and physical body.
So then, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's mentioned actually somebody who wears tilak, and these are also tulsi beads, by the
Yes.
way. These are from Tulsi Devi also. And these are for protection also. And I'll come back to it in a moment.
Of course.
But it says in the Bhagavatam that anybody who wears tilak,
Tulsimala. Yes.
they are called walking pilgrimage. Because their body is so auspicious, which is used in the service of the Lord, they're called walking pilgrimage because it's already considered a temple. They
Yes.
don't put any dead animals or carcasses or intoxication in the body. So it's actually purified because it's serving the Supreme Lord Krishna 24 hours. So imagine, that's called walking pilgrimage, which actually means somebody who sees them, thinks about them, or comes in contact with them immediately gets purified.
Right.
Literally.
Yes.
You know? And also, that's number one, which is the spiritual aspect. The second one, again, is an example in the Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And you can actually look up in Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, where it's talking that, it's called Narayan Kavach.
Narayan Kavacha.
Kavach literally means shield of protection, right?
Yes.
So this is a shield of protection from negative energies. Do you see?
Yeah.
So have you had any experiences about these, that people become very happy and satisfied, or what was your first experience when you first put it on?
Oh, I've been putting tilaks on my body for 10 years already, or even more. So I always put them, and obviously when we go to Harinam or we are going to the altar to do some service, we always put all these tilaks on our body, and it's really purifying. You can feel it. And as you said, it's also protection. And we have Narayan Kavacha, we have also Nrisingha Kavacha, and we can even wear a Nrisingha Kavacha. Yes, on our
Kavacha
body.
means also a shield.
A shield, yes.
Shield of protection.
Exactly.
And the protection is from against negative energies.
Yes.
Because we know we are surrounded with all kind of energies, and people don't realize that there are actually also negative energies.
Yes, I just want to share a story. I have a close friend from my hometown, and she has a daughter. And her daughter was suffering from some nightmares for a long time, and the doctors couldn't help her. And finally, this daughter started wearing Nrisingha Kavacha, and these nightmares were gone. It's a real story from a real life. It was my
So
friend.
what's inside the Kavacha?
Well, I have never opened it.
But we know what it is, right?
Yeah, so it's usually the text of Nrisingha Kavacha, or some Mahaprasadam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought maybe it's the ashes from a yagya.
It can be the ashes of the yagya, so it depends on the Kavacha, but I have never...
So her nightmares have gone.
Exactly. Yes.
So
that was a very nice experience.
That's so wonderful. So then, let's talk about the clay.
Yeah.
The clay has a very important thing. This is not any ordinary dirt. So we're talking about the clay, the mud. So it also has a great significance. Do you want to please kindly explain?
Oh yes, so this clay is coming from very special places where the Lord and his associates, they performed different pastimes. So these are different kundas or lakes in different
Lakes.
Yes, so from different parts of India.
Vrindavan mainly, no?
Yeah, mainly Vrindavan. We also have from Dwarka.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mainly from Vrindavan. And they have different color even. So the Radhakund Brajabasis, they wear dark tilak.
Because the clay is
the
dark.
clay is dark, yes. The clay there is dark. So it can be different color. Yeah, and it's very special.
Yeah, and I hear it also has some healing properties, like especially if you have pimples, they put it on here, or maybe insects bites, they put tilak on. But of course, the auspicious significance is never forgotten, that it's a very special clay. Right? And also, I forgot the word auspicious, means like anybody, it is very auspicious, means good luck. So when you put tilak, it brings you good luck. Means what? Means the dutas, the yamadutas, or the carrier of the soul, which are two parties. One is from Lord Vishnu, another one from Lord Yamaraj, which is going to the hellish planets, and they beat up the sinful person. But these Yamadutas are actually told never approach anybody who has tilak and tulsi. So that's also another reason why Vaishnavas or devotees of Krishna wear tulsi, because there are true stories that has happened, that sometimes the messengers from hell came to take away the soul, but they could not approach him. Do you know that story? You want to relate that story?
You mean the Ajamil story?
Yes,
of course. So Ajamil, he was a Brahmin in the beginning of his life, and lately he fell down, we can say, and he became very sinful, very, very sinful. And so when he was dying, the Yamadutas came to him.
So who are Yamadutas?
Yamadutas.
They are beings from hell.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
They are hellish, oh my God.
Ghostly, with horns and scary, and they actually beat the soul, right?
Yeah.
And you say, okay, the soul doesn't have a body, but actually it has a subtle body. So when the soul comes out of the body, it has senses, mind, and intelligence. It goes with the soul according to your desires. So they actually beat him up for his sins.
Exactly.
So they come to get the soul, right?
And he was very, very scared.
Yeah. So what happened? They took him, right?
Yeah, they took him, but all of a sudden, the Vishnudutas appeared. And why they appeared? Because he was calling...
Vishnudutas?
Vishnudutas, they come on behalf of Vishnu to save the soul.
And they are like Vishnu. They look exactly like
Vishnu. Right. And so this Ajamil, he started calling Narayan. Actually, he was calling his son Narayan. But for the Lord, it doesn't matter. He just loves everyone who calls his name.
So it happened that the demons came, the messengers from the hell came, Yamadutas. So they are messengers of Yamaraj, and they are ghostly with horrible features and scary.
Very hellish. Hellish creatures. Yeah, so they starting to beat Ajamil, and they wanted to take his soul, but all of a sudden Vishnudutas appeared.
So did we say that the soul actually goes with the mind, intelligence, and the senses?
Exactly.
People think, okay, what happens? But because they have desires, so this is subtle body with mind, intelligence, senses. So they're beating the subtle body, and the person feels pain.
Horrible pain. Yes.
Yeah. And then you said something very interesting, that the Vishnu Dutas come.
Vishnu Dutas appeared. Yes, they are messengers of Lord Vishnu, and they look exactly like Lord Vishnu, and they are very, very beautiful. So why they appeared? Because Ajamil started calling the name Narayan, Narayan. He was calling out for his son, yes, but and his son's name was Narayan. But for the Lord, it doesn't matter.
So
He's
Narayan
very, very
is one of the
merciful.
main names of Lord Vishnu.
Yes.
It's like chanting Hare Krishna, same as Narayan. So he was calling that. And then Vishnu Dutas came.
Vishnu Dutas came and they protected Ajamil from Yamadutas. They told them, like, stop it. You are not allowed to touch him. And Yamadutas were very surprised. Why? Because he was very sinful in his life. And Vishnu Dutas said, no. He was calling out the name Narayan.
At the time of death.
Exactly.
At the time of death, whatever you say, you attain. So then that's why he went to Vishnu, even though, because he had actually practiced all his life.
Yes.
That's why he was able to somehow or other chant name of Vishnu, which is Narayan, right? But then there was a discussion when the Yamadutas went to Yamaraj. So Yamaraj said, not only do they chant, but if they even have Tilak and
Tulasima.
you can never go near them.
Exactly.
So this is why we wear Tilak and Kanthi. This is called Kanthi, which means kant, around your neck beads. So we call it Kanthi, Mala. And that way, Yamadutas do not come to grab your soul, right? And also, you will be protected. That's why it's called auspiciousness, right? You are protected. So Tulsi protects us, the Tilak protects, which are the names of Vishnu. So it brings auspiciousness in our life.
Yeah, also kavachas, we can wear them on our neck or here around the arm. So it's also for our protection.
So that is the benefits of Tilak,
Yes.
right? I hope you understood that. And obviously, we have to remember, because the body is a temple, no meat, fish, eggs, no tea, coffee, no onions and garlic, because we are taking prasadam, because we want to maintain the purity. Isn't that true? Am I missing out anything?
So no intoxication, no alcohol, no cigarettes.
Yeah,
so,
drugs.
No drugs, definitely, because we want to keep our body very, very pure, because this is the temple of the Lord who eternally resides in our heart.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank
you for hosting.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Madhagan
Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada,
Jai
who
Prabhupada.
bring us all this knowledge, right?
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.